When your global navigation is set to Flyout Menu, you'll be allowing your end users access to the sections of your app at all times, no matter what page they're on. The Flyout menu is very similar to the menu list as far as how each row is configured. You can have as many rows as you want, and each row will be pointed to an app block. You must point the app blocks individually and design the rows individually. Again, they are very similar to a list menu. You can drag and drop them into the order that you like, and you can also set them to the sizes that you want. You can use individual images and text labels for each one. Just make sure that you design them accordingly. On the configuration page, it does have an item name and a display name. It is important to note that the display name will not actually appear on your Flyout menu, so you really don't have to do anything in the configuration step. On the phone canvases, you will have your Flyout menu available. You will have your first row. You can make the rows wider or smaller if you like. You can right-click and add menu list items above or below. You can also delete them if you find that you have more than what you need. It is a common practice for most companies to put a branded image at the top and then to use the rows below. This can be easily accomplished by dragging an image label over at the top, locating the image in your image library that you want, and then adjusting the image accordingly to the size of the row. You can also use your cropping position to fill that space as needed. Do note that up here there is nothing pointed to this particular row. My next row, however, I'm going to point to my home screen app block so I can get back to my home screen at any given time. And then under Style, you have the option to change the background row color, a selected row highlight color, and a selected row highlight color essentially just shows the app user when they tap on the row that is the particular row that they've chosen to take them to the app block or the section of the app they want to be in. And you can also change the view background color. So if you wanted to change the view background color so that it's transparent and you can see everything on the home screen, you can, or you can set it to one color and leave it there. For this first row, I've got it pointed to my home screen, so now I have to design it. You can use a combination of image labels and text labels on the rows. For this one, I'm just going to use a regular label. And in my text label, I'm going to change it to configuration. I'm going to type in here, home. You will also be able to adjust the color so you can make it, you can bold the print, you can make the text size larger, you can center it, whatever you would like to do. If you want a background color inside of your text label, you can also change that if you would like. When I go to the actual row itself, I am going to change my background color here back to white so you can see it better. And I can adjust my text label as needed. Like I said, if you want to use image labels here, you can. The most important thing, though, when it comes to a Flyout menu is that by default, whatever is in the first row is where your app is going to open. Now, my first row here just has a branded image on it, but I want my home screen to be the one that I have set as default. This is very important because if you want an app where you are bypassing the home screen for another app block, you can assign the default here. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to make this my default landing page. So when the app opens, it automatically opens to the home screen. However, if I had this button pointed, let's say to a one item flex with a menu that I created specially with images on it, I could set that as my home screen instead. Another important thing about the Flyout menu is on your home canvas, you do have a navigation bar. It is important to keep in mind that it will say page title if you do not change it. If you want to change your navigation bar, You can click on the page title and then change it here. And you can also set your background color and your text color. Do be advised that once you set these on the home screen, it's going to carry through to the navigation bars on all the pages within the app. You cannot design them differently. It is also advised to not make your navigation bar white or transparent. So that is the flyout menu. Again, it is very similar to a list menu. So if you know how to use the list menu, you know how to design your flyout menu. Just keep in mind that the most important step here is to set your default landing page on the flyout menu so your app opens to the correct page in the platform.